Hello, and welcome to another Walk and Talk. The subject that I want to talk about in this video is people are not willing to do what it takes to get what they said they want as in a relationship. I have heard so many people say they can't find a person to have a relationship with because it seems like every time they find one, something happens and they are no longer a couple. But then as you analyze, dig a little bit deeper, talk a little bit more with them people, you come to a conclusion that usually they're the one that's causing the problem. They're not willing to do what it takes to make the relationship work. They're not willing to give up what it takes to make a relationship work. They're not willing to make certain sacrifices. They're not willing to communicate. When you come into a relationship, you become as one. You work together. You don't make decisions on your own about things that will affect not only you, but the one you're with. And what I mean by that is like, say you're with someone and you try to make it work out, but you have this one of the parties of the two that does not and will not communicate with the other partner when they make a financial decision on something that will affect both of them. Now, if you're dating and all that, it might not be as bad because, your bank accounts are not together. But once you're married and all that, the money is not just one, it's combined. You work things out together. You can't have one of the partners just out there making a decision and saying, oh, I needed this, or we needed this, so I can get this done, or I can get that done, or we needed this, without consulting their partner. And even if before you get married, you still have to look at it that way. You got to do things as if you're already married because you are going to be as one. You can't go out there and just like, oh, I needed to get this credit card because I need to buy certain things, or something that I can have to buy personal things, or I opened up this checking account because there was no other way to get this done, that what I want to get done, without consulting their partner. It's not the opening the account that's really the issue. The issue is they didn't sit down and discuss it with their partner that they were planning on being married or already married to. Because their partner may have known other options to get the same thing done without just going out there and open up another account or another credit card. I even seen some that were, well, I needed a new car. This was after they were already married. Well, that affects both of them. Because when you become one, everything is combined, and what one does, it affects the other. You got to consult your partner before you get married, and especially after you get married. But if you have not got married, it's things that you need to look at of the person that you're with. If they are not willing to collaborate with you before you get married, what makes you think they're going to do right when you do, and if you do get married to them? You can't have a partner that would just fly off the handle, per se, and think they need to do a certain thing just to get certain thing done without consulting. That's not how partnerships work. You work things out together. You sit down, say, well, this is an issue that I'm having. I know I can do this and it will fix the problem. But you sit down with your partner and say, do you have any other ideas or any other ways that just may be better to do than what I come up with? But when you have that partner that just thinking of themselves, being selfish, and not thinking of the one that they're with, that in the long run, it will affect their partner as well by the actions that they take. Because if they go out there and open up a checking account or open up another credit card and they don't make the payments, you get married, well, all of it comes as one. So then your partner is responsible for it as well. Because if you go buy a house, and I've seen this happen, you go buy a house together and say one of them fell short of not paying a credit card off, that company can come after the house because the one that fell short of on the payments Their name is on that house. So it affects both. Or they have a checking account they open just because they think they needed to, because whatever reason, and not consulting with their partner. If it goes belly up in a negative, well, it's going to affect both, because they cannot come directly at, the other person, but to get that money to that bank that is in a negative, their partner will have to come up with the money, because they didn't come up with it themselves. So it directly affects their partner again. That's why anytime you're in a relationship, regardless if you're married or not, any decision that you make is in some way going to affect both of you. If you're not willing to consult with each other with big decisions like that, pretty much any decision, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be, regardless if it's, should we get another credit card, or should we open up this bank account, should we buy from Sam's or whatever in bulk. It affects both of you. And if you just go out and do whatever you feel that you need to do to get whatever done that you feel that needs to be done, and you think that's the way to do it, without consulting your partner, well, if your partner sees that enough in you of doing that, being selfish and not thinking of them, don't be surprised if your soon-to-be lifetime partner keeps telling you we're supposed to work together on things. And if you keep doing it and not consulting he or she about the things that you do that's going to affect both of you, do not be surprised somewhere down the line, eventually, they will tell you goodbye. Because if you're not willing to communicate before you tie that knot, you're not going to be willing to do it when you do tie the knot. Because you already set in your ways of doing things on your own, as if you have nobody. Why would anybody want to be in a relationship with somebody that's going to mess everything up by just being selfish and just doing things on their own and not working together? It's not how it works. If you got somebody like that just keeps messing things up, it don't matter how long you've been trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do, and they just keep doing whatever they want, it just may be that time to turn around and just walk away from it before you get involved and wrecked by decisions that they make that eventually is going to affect you. It's best to get out, just walk away, and never look back. It may be hard to do. You may be with this person for years now, but if they're not willing to change their ways and work as a couple and do things that they want to do whenever they want to, it's never going to work, because they'll never change. regardless how often they may say, oh, I'll change, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll consult with you. But after a while, you got to come to that point. It may be months, it may be weeks, it may be years, 5 years, 6 years. Why keep trying to change something or change someone when they're not willing to see their ways of destruction of the relationship that you two are trying to build? If they just keep doing it and doing it, you got to come to this point, however long it may be, but just don't waste your time and destroy so many years of your life that you can be with somebody else that is willing to make a relationship and work together. But when you have somebody that is just not willing to work together, you have to close that door and find other doors open to a better life. Like I said, it's not easy, but you got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself. You don't need somebody that you're going to be with, possibly married to, and fighting a battle each and every day, wondering what's going to happen next. What are they going to do next that's going to affect both of you and make it harder on you because of their foolishness, their selfishness, and their arrogancy of things that they decide to do without consulting you with. It's not worth it. Wash your hands and walk away.